Hello. Hello, everybody. This is Lisa Balthaser with Lisa Solutions. And I just wanted to pop on here and talk a little bit about end of year strategy. The reason I want to talk about end of year strategy is because I just held my Professional Women's Business Network meeting up here in Reading at Cloud9 Cafe. And we were talking a little bit about what we can do at the end of the year, especially for businesses that don't have products. So this is something to really think about because there's still things that you can do, okay? So now for you product-based businesses, you know what you can do for the holidays. You know that all it takes is a little product promotion, some discounts, some kind of incentive for people to buy, okay? Now, of course, they need to want your product, or need your product, or they need to know somebody else that wants or needs your product. But what about service-based businesses, okay? Because this time of year is a little bit tough for the service-based industry, okay? So for people such as myself, okay, I don't really have a product that I can sell to people or that I can discount. And to be quite honest, people aren't on Facebook or Twitter looking to buy social media for the holidays. It just doesn't happen. Okay, so what can people in the service-based industries do to get people to their programs, to their services? Okay, so I just want to share with you a little bit about what we were talking about in our meeting today because I thought it was really useful. Okay, so we had, one of the gals was a financial service person, okay? So as you know, this probably isn't the time of year that you're going to take the time out to sit with a financial planner. Okay, but we were kicking around some ideas and here's what we came up with, and this is something to really think about. Okay, so financial planners, we're all about like putting together this whole program for your future, for your, so you're stable in the future and you have a future and, all your financial things are set, okay? But people aren't really thinking about that this time of year. But think about this. What are people thinking about this time of year? They're thinking about shopping. They're thinking about sales. They're thinking about spending money. Okay, so what happens after all that happens? They get the bills in January. Okay, so for financial services, okay, she was telling me that this time of year is actually a little bit slow for her because people don't really want to sit down and talk about that stuff. I get it. People are out shopping, they're, family stuff, holidays, and things like that. So some of the ideas that we were kicking around today were for her to talk to people about budgets, okay? Because budget, think about this. The minute you go out and you're dropping like $400 on your kids because they want some game system, okay? Or $500 or $600 or whatever it is, okay? It's usually a lot of money. So you're dropping that kind of money for things around the holidays. Guess what? That bill comes in January. So while you had a passing thought about that money that you're spending now, January is going to be the reality check. Okay, so what I was telling her, that she could do, which I think would be really a good thing to get new clients on her email list, is to offer a budgeting workshop, okay? Because people are thinking about their budgets, whether they're spending the money or they're getting that bill in January. So the next couple months, people really are going to be looking at their budgets, okay? So if she offers a budgeting workshop, for instance, what that means for her is she gets potentially new clients in her database, okay, that she starts to help with a little workshop on budgeting, okay? But they can also see how intelligent she is and how much she can help them in other areas, not just the budget. So that's one thing for, say, the financial services industry. Now, for my industry, like I'm going to tell you guys right here what I plan on doing. And that is to offer what I plan on doing, and I haven't even developed this yet. It just came to me on the way here today. And And what I plan on doing is I'm going to offer myself on a retainer for a 3-month retainer to people, so they can call and ask advice on their services, on their promotions, and get help where they need it on their promotions for the end of the year and on their plan for the beginning of the year. Okay, so that's something I haven't even written it up yet. It actually came to me as when I was coming here today, but you will be seeing more of that. So that is something that it's not necessarily going to be a discounted service, but it's going to be something that people need right now for the end of the year, for the beginning of the year. Okay, so if you're in a service-based industry where you don't really have anything to discount or any kind of product that people are going to buy for other people, you need to think out of the box. And these two things were, you know, a little bit out of the box, but they are things that people will be thinking about, that people will have on their minds for the next few months. So, like, say you're in health and wellness, okay, it's really tough this time of year. Okay, yes, everybody is concerned about eating a lot for the holidays, but it's going to be really hard to get people to buy into a program when they want to eat that nice big meal for Thanksgiving. After the holidays, they'll probably be more inclined to go with it than right now. But what you can do right now is get them set up to start at the beginning of the year by talking to them a certain way, because it's all in the way you're talking about things to people. Don't make it seem like, you know, they shouldn't be eating that dinner. Don't make it seem like, you know, they can't eat that dinner because, you know, they're going to put on weight, or they need to lose that weight, or they need to have that energy, or whatever it is that you're doing. What you really need to focus on is people's mentality at that time. So right now it's holiday time, it's time for family, it's time for friends, it's time for parties, it's time for all those fun things that happen at the end of the year. So the beginning of the year is that's when the regret comes in. Okay, so you want to be talking to people now. You want to be talking to people now about how they can maybe substitute some things, one thing for another, give them some suggestions. You don't want to tell them they can't have it, because the minute you tell them they can't have it is the minute they want it. So try to think outside of the box. Try to get people to look at your service, especially if you have a service more as opposed to a product. Allow people to see your service as something that they need right now, even if, say for instance, they don't want to do that diet or commit totally to it till next year. Okay, so that's what I wanted to bring to you today. You know, try to get you guys to think a little bit outside of the box, especially the service-based sector, because service-based businesses are a little bit different. It's really hard to promote something at the end of the year, even if you discount your services by an extreme amount. It's really difficult to get sales at the end of the year when everybody is just thinking of buying gifts for people, physical things. If you don't have a physical something that people can buy, it's tough. It's tough. So when you put those sales out there, if you're discounting a service and you're not getting any leads and you're not getting any sales, just know that that is normal. So that's why I'm talking to you guys now, to try to get you to think outside of the box on what service that you can actually offer, that people are going to want now, that people are going to need right now, okay, that they can't live without right now, okay? So anyway, that's what I got for you today. I just wanted to bring that to you because we had a nice little discussion on the financial service industry, and I had some ideas about my industry also. I know I've run sales in the past, and people just don't want to hear about that service stuff at the end of the year. It's service businesses this time of year. It's really tough. So you have to think outside of the box. What would people want from you right now? Right now, what do they need right now that they cannot live without from your service-based business? Okay, that's what you need to focus on. So that's what I have for you today. Again, this is Lisa Balthaser with Fleur de Lisa Solutions, and if you guys have any comments or questions, I welcome them, and I am wishing you guys a wonderful weekend.